Welcome, race fans, to the SimWorld Racing Network's presentation of the Quick Finishers Racing League. This is the Need the New Layout 150 at the Roval. That's due to the fact that iRacing is not yet updated, which we can't expect that. They just literally raced here last week and configured it maybe a few days ahead of that or a week ahead of that for the real race here in Charlotte. This is the real race here tonight. I am your host, David Hillbilly Hara, and with me in the booth, as always, is David Lurfano. David, here we are, the cutoff race of the round of 12. This is going to eliminate 4 drivers from the playoffs and the chase for the championship.
Yeah, man, this is going to be a fun race. I think, the Roval road course, of course, but it doesn't race like your traditional road course. I feel, and correct me if I'm wrong, we ran here not too long ago, and it's one of the tougher road courses we go to. It's not, your typical road course like Watkins Glen or Sonoma. It's just really, really slippery out here.
Yeah, absolutely, very slippery out here, and you can lose track of this car, lose the grip of the rear end quickly, and it can really ruin your whole day because we're not going to see full field caution flags here for incident. Most of the time you have a single car spinning off the track, or a couple cars may crash together, but the yellow flag typically does not fly here at the road courses.
No, I don't believe we'll see any yellows tonight, so these drivers are going to have to be extra kind of cautious to keep the car on the track. That's how I kind of attack any road course. Keep it on the track, limit those mistakes, and let drivers around you make those mistakes and try to capitalize on them when you get the chance.
Yeah, absolutely. And we were gonna bring up the points for you. However, the points I just realized I'll bring them up, but these points aren't necessarily what you're gonna see. So we show Eric Thornton as being the points leader with 3,100 points now. This has changed up just a bit because we are in the playoffs, so it's a win-in-your-in type scenario for these top 12 drivers. And Kenneth Pack won a couple of weeks ago, and Michael Kurgelak won last week. So Kenneth won in Kansas, and Michael Kurgelak won last week at Talladega. So both of those guys automatically move on to the round of 8. And then you have Curtis Sahlborn sitting in third. Like I say, these points really don't match up much to what we would see, so I'm going to go ahead and no point in showing you those guys. Curtis Sahlborn is in third with Zoltan Nagy in fourth. Fifth would be Eric Thornton. Sixth is Ryan Steinhoff. Seventh is James Nelson with Tommy Osborne rounding out your top 8. Now, Osborne right there at the cutoff line, not in this race tonight. James Bowden just one spot below him and just outside of the top 8. So needing to point his way through to get into the top 8 or win the race that he's in. Michael Bovair is in 10th. He's in the same situation. Currently, looks like he is. I'm trying to see where the points behind are. Yeah, so currently, the cutoff line, it looks like there's about 7 points between 8th and 11th there. So 10 points all the way back to Michael Boone in 12th position. So that leaves a lot of drivers. Maybe that's not correct either.
Yeah, I was trying to take a peek at those points as well. I don't think they're quite matching up. So we'll have to see. But like you said, Tommy Osborne holding down that final position. Tommy not in this race tonight. So we'll have to definitely look into those points after this and see if Michael Bovair or someone like James Bowden, can maybe squeeze their way into that top 8.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to go ahead and jump down trackside for pre-race entertainment while they're getting ready to start qualifying, and we'll be right back with you in just a moment. Please rise if you're able and remove your hat as the United States Navy Band performs our national anthem. a huge thank you to the United States Navy Band for their rendition of our national anthem. Here we are back at the Roval in Charlotte, my hometown. It's good to be at a home track. Didn't have to go far to get here. Just a few steps. But here we are as qualifying is underway. Let's go down trackside to see what these cars are doing as we have Kenneth Pack on track now, making his first of 2 laps here. Now, this is a 10-minute qualifying session, I believe.
Yeah, typically road courses take a little bit longer to do the warm-up lap and your 2 laps. So usually it's about a 10-minute qualifying.
No, Dave, we're wrong here. They have a 5-minute qualifier, it looks like. So they're going to have to make these laps kind of quick. No waiting around as we see several of the drivers out here on track.
Yeah, they'll probably only get maybe 1 lap. So they better make that first lap count. And that's going to be tricky here on cold tires. It takes a few laps to get some heat in these tires to get these cars to feel somewhat okay around here.
Yeah, Dave. So a couple of drivers I'm keeping my eye on for qualifying, but most importantly for the race will be Travis Juggles Rodriguez, who comes in and drives a lot of these here at QFRL. I mean, he just kind of handpicks the races he's going to run as he's just part-time here. As well as Michael Kurgelak we're looking at now. I expect Michael Kurgelak to be one of the front runners tonight, and Eric Thornton. But any one of these drivers, James Nelson's good on these type of tracks as well. So there's
I don't think you can count out Zulu. I think Zulu typically really good here on the road courses as well. So he's another driver I'm kind of keeping my eye on tonight.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and I don't count out Zulu any weekend as he's been getting stronger and stronger as this season's gone on, and really finds himself currently sitting in the 4th position, well above the cut line, and hopefully able to to hold on to that spot, and he will. I believe he's over. He's 30. It looks like 31 points to the good right now, so doesn't want to have something happen and be out early, but that's a pretty good spot to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's see what the times say. Ooh, I was watching Kenneth Pack. He kind of jumped a curb there, but
did not get a score on his first lap, or was that the warm-up
yeah,
lap?
I think he kind of went off track there, coming to the line to take his first time lap.
Okay, there we go. So. Benny Campbell times in with a 1:25.90. Michael Kurgelak 1:21.86. That's a pretty quick time. Now we've seen him hit down in the 1:19s. A lot of the faster drivers, but. That's a quick lap, 1:21.8. Then you have Zulu in with a 1:22.8. Just about a second off Kurgelak's pace, puts him in P2.
Yeah, Travis Rodriguez coming to the line now. See what it says here for his first lap.
Bovair with a 1:33.0, not the lap he was looking for.
It looks like Rodriguez's first lap was probably disqualified, maybe one off course.
Thornton jumps up to second with a 1:22.1. It's just a couple of tenths off of Michael Kurgelak's 1:21.8, which is the lap to beat right now.
Yeah, I think if you went out early, you're going to be able to maybe get those 2 laps in as we got about 50 seconds left. Watching Michael Kurgelak right now come through turns 3 and 4 on the oval, so he should be able to grab 2 laps here.
Yeah, the session doesn't hold it in. I mean, if you're already out on track, it doesn't let you complete that fly lap, that hot lap. 1:23.5 for Pack. He got his second lap in, which was finally a timed lap, so that's good for Pack. Qualifying in the 4th position right now.
So Kurgelak's second lap was a little bit slower, 1:21.93.
Still the only driver in the 1:21s, and he did that on both laps. So good on him. We'll see what Eric Thornton can do if he can get his second lap in here. Just a few seconds left. Not sure he's going to make that second lap.
Yeah, I don't think Travis Rodriguez is going to make it either. His time has expired, and that is it. So
getting ready to start getting them gridded up here to get this show on the road here. I said here twice, so excuse me for that. Unable to connect to chat. Unfortunately, it looks like our chat's down for some reason. I don't know, maybe not. That might have been a message from earlier. I've had this up for quite some time, so if you're in the chat, be sure, if you're watching, be sure and say hi in the chat so I know that it's working. That would be awesome.
Yeah, we've got a Catalan in the chat. She's already said hello to us.
Okay.
Gregory Robinson says he's watching the race from a hockey game, so we appreciate his dedication there for sure.
Yeah, so apparently I'm not getting chat, or maybe I missed those messages and reconnected. But nonetheless, we're going to get these cars all gridded up here and get this thing underway.
Yeah, so Michael Kerchalak going to find himself on the pole. One of the kind of favorites coming into here. He's been really good on the road courses this season and in every league he's been in. So see how Kerchalak can do here throughout the course of the night.
Yeah, Eric Thornton will roll off second with Zulu in third. Curtis Sauburn's going to be in fourth there on the outside of row 2. Kenneth Pack and Benny Campbell make up row 3, and Tyrone Yo and Michael Bovair in row 4. Nathan Christensen and James Nelson rounding out that top 5, or the 5th row, I'm sorry, and James Bowden and Travis Rodriguez round out the field in 11th and 12th.
So stages for tonight. Stage 1 will go to lap 15, or the end of lap 15. Stage 2 goes to lap 30, and then we'll run that out from lap 30 to lap 66 for that final stage. I believe they can make it stage 1, stage 2 on fuel. That final stage, I believe they're going to have to make a stop, possibly at some point, to put some fuel in these cars.
Yeah, Eric Thornton currently 30 points above the cut line. He's sitting in second spot, going to start from second position. So he's got a really good spot to start from. So what we're really going to be watching is back around James Bowden. Tommy Osborne not being here is really going to move Tommy out and Bowden in, I would imagine. But it depends on, Michael Bovair could do well here. Gregory Robinson is not in the field. Neither is Michael Boone. So we're going to likely see it. We could see there's going to be a battle between Bowden and Bovair to try to gain enough points to outpoint Tommy Osborne and take over that 8th and final position. That's what we're looking at here, folks.
And all the folks at home, if you forgot, any driver out here with that green spoiler and green banner on the front of the car, they are the playoff drivers that are eligible to race for a championship. Like I said, after tonight, it'll be 4 less drivers out there with that green banner, as this is the cutoff race. After tonight, we'll kick off the round of 8 next week.
Real quickly, we'll take a look at our... that's not what I was going to hit for you, but... race info. Here we are. We're at Charlotte Motor Speedway here at the Roval. That's a road course and an oval combined to make the Roval the first of its kind here. 2.24 miles, 98 degrees Fahrenheit is the track temperature, 77 degrees outside. And going to get it done here today. A lot of turns going on. It's clear skies. Got a little bit of wind out here, 9 mile an hour. So we'll see if that affects the cars in any way as we get ready to get this thing going here.
Yeah, like I said, I think the biggest thing for these drivers tonight is keep it on the track. One mistake, we're not going to have full course yellows here. So one mistake can ruin your night, as they're ready to go as they hit the that first right-hander.
And as they snake around there, green flag is in the hand. Yes, green flag is out, and we are underway.
Turn 1's always a tricky corner here. Not a lot of grip. Oh, they're wrecking up here in turn 2. They all gathered up, back running again.
It looks like Tyrone Yo had a little off-track incident there. Oh, wow, someone smacked the wall there. I think that was Curtis Sauburn. Really tore up the front of that car. He destroyed the front of that machine. He's going to have to try to limp it around here and get back to pit road early. Not really what he wanted. Now, he is well above the cut line. some 44 points, but this is not what he wanted.
Yeah, that start was a little chaotic. There was actually a spin at the start finish line. Tyrone Yo kind of hooked into Bovair. Yeah, like you said, Curtis Sovereign having his issue as well.
And it's a long way around for Sovereign here. He's just now making his way to the backstretch of this part of the course, trying to keep that hood down as we see it flapping there. But we have Michael Kerjelak still out front, but just 0.3 of a second as we see the smoke off the tires. The 80 cuts the course. He's going to have to stop or slow down. Yeah, here you slow. So he's having to slow on the track. That's going to allow Michael Kerjelak to pull on out to a almost 4-second lead now. Went from a half second to a 4-second lead in one little mistake there, Dave.
Yeah, Travis Rodriguez up 7 positions. He gained a bunch with that whole mess through turns 1 and 2. I believe he started last, or 12th or 11th. He's up to the 5th position now.
Yeah, moving along is Travis Rodriguez. Yeah, like you said, up 7 spots. Zulu just ahead of him. Kenneth Pack up into 3rd, and Eric Thornton still running in that 2nd spot. But Kerjelak kind of running away here, 4.1 seconds after the mistake from. We see Curtis Sovereign. James Bowden had an issue. Not sure if Curtis had another issue. No, he's in the pits. So we'll see if we can find out what happened with Bowden here right fast.
Yeah, I don't see anything. He's off course here.
Oh, okay. So, there he's going to hit the wall. Nope, just spins it out. Spins it out there right on the front stretch. Gets it back going again.
Yeah, but like you said, Kerjelak enjoying, just under 4 seconds here due to that mistake by Eric Thornton. But Thornton's reeled him back in. He was over 4 seconds behind. He's cutting into that lead just a little bit.
Yeah, let's hop on board with Michael Kerjelak and ride around here just a little bit. You can see the sense of speed and kind of the way the throttle gets worked. You got to be really smooth here, because if you put that throttle down just too much at the wrong time, this place is so slick. As it gets back out onto NASCAR turn 1 there, I guess it is. Now exiting NASCAR 2, he's going to head down this backstretch and then get hard on the brakes here to get woed down for this chicane. Or is this the bus stop? I forget which they call which.
Well, I stick with the backstretch chicane.
Yeah, they're named a little different in my my camera view, but that's okay. Now this is the front stretch chicane. Here we go. As he's going to come down and cross the start-finish line now and head off to treacherous turn number 1. So it looks like he's gaining on the back of maybe Curtis Sovereign. You can barely see up in front of him there a couple of corners ago. Yeah, just going off into turn 2 there. Eric Thornton, 4.9 seconds back, sitting in 2nd spot.
Yeah, Kerjelak putting down some really good lap times. 121.4, 4.7 actually on that last lap. So he's about a second quicker than the entire field at the moment.
So we're on board with Zulu. He's making his way through the, this infield section is always see it as the most treacherous. I can handle the chicanes, but that infield section, it just seems like there's oil everywhere. There's not, but it just feels that way. So we ride on board with Kenneth Pack. So they head down towards the backstretch chicane. And Travis Rodriguez in the number 7 machine. Number 7 Ford out of San Antonio. Again, like we say, Travis, biggest mover of the race so far, up 7 positions. And we have James Nelson back in 6th. He's up 4 spots from where he started on the day. Looks like Eric Thornton broke into those 121s, had a good lap, 121.78 on his last lap, just a little bit slower. I mean, hundredths of a second slower than our leader, Michael Kerjelak. So we ride with Nathan Christensen down into turn 1. And another 13 seconds back here to Michael Bovair. We mentioned Bovair battling with James Bowden to try to take that 8th and final spot. Curtis Saubrin in 12th position here, currently a lap down to our leader as Michael Kerjelak has gotten around him now. That's Michael right in front of him in the 19 Ford. Not really what he wanted here, but if he can be the only car one lap down when we get to the stage break, then he can get that lucky dog and move back around. But the problem is the speed of this 19. Can you stay the only car one lap down and be that first car one lap down?
Yeah, I mean, right now, James Bowden is sitting about a second behind our leader. So not too far out in front here, about 20 seconds or so. Working lap 6 of 13 here in stage number 1.
Michael Kerjelak has led all 6 laps so far, 6 of the 66 here in the Need the New Layout 150 miles here at this tricky course. I don't, not a huge fan myself, and that's probably just because I'm not that good at it.
Kerjelak locks it up, misses the backstretch chicane. He's going to have to slow down.
Here comes the 88, going to try to, gains a lot of time right here.
Yeah, he's still slowing down. Now he's able to roll. Here comes Curtis Saubrin back to him, and Eric Thornton.
Eric Thornton within a tenth of a second. Now looking to the inside to take the lead. Move the 88 to the lead. Again, one mistake is all it takes, folks. It's so treacherous around this track.
And I was just about to say, if you're Kerjelak, no sense in pushing for anything. He had a 4-second lead over Thornton. And you see what happened right there. He pushed a little bit too hard, missed the chicane, and gave up that lead from 4 seconds out in front. Travis
Rodriguez gets around the 16 of Kenneth Pack to move into that 4th position, still marching his way through this field here. And we know he's a kind of a road course ringer. So not only him, but you've got James Nelson also making his way through the field. He's gotten around Michael Bovair, Nathan Christensen. He's up to the 6th spot now, up 4 from where he started. But your new leader is Eric Thornton. He's being chased by Michael Kerjelak. Michael's still laying down. Well, we'll have to see this time by what his lap times are. I apologize. That was a little premature, as he hasn't run a clean lap since the incident occurred. Benny Campbell's had an issue. Let's see if we can find out what happened with Campbell there. So we go to our replay. Campbell's heading down the. He just disappeared. Oh, he slid, getting into. Yeah, he spun it out, getting into the front stretch chicane there. Oh.
Michael Kerjelak able to close in just a little bit more on Eric Thornton, now just about a half a second behind.
As these drivers head up onto NASCAR 1 and 2 here. See them coming into picture here as they're the fast part of the track. Now they'll head down the backstretch. Into that backstretch chicane. Cross those, man, the 88 just plowed those turtles. Those blue bumpers there can give your car can help you take flight.
Yeah, but it kind of helped propel him. They get through, see where they shake out after the chicane. Gonna be about 7/10 of a second lead right now for Eric Thornton.
Yeah, and our top two drivers, only 3/100ths of a second separating them on speed that last time by. So no room for error here, folks. Zulu setting in the third spot, currently 6 seconds behind this battle for the lead. Travis Rodriguez 1.8 seconds behind Zulu. We see him come into picture now.
Yeah, Rodriguez trying to get around that lap car of Curtis Sobran. So unfortunately for Sobran, James Bowden has gone down a lap to our leaders. But Curtis Sobran isn't too far behind Bowden. He might be able to get around him here.
Yeah, I know he's racing for everything because it's really kind of holding the 7 up right now, but I think 7's best shot's going to be down the backstretch and into, yeah. So he got beside him here through the NASCAR 1 and 2. He's going to try to outbrake him, and he will here into the backstretch chicane. You see the rotors glowing on the 7 as he makes that pass. Good thing for Sobran there is it didn't slow him up a whole lot. He's still trying to track down James Bowden. Just 4.7 seconds, now 4.8 behind Bowden.
And Bowden's off track here. He's going to have to stop.
Yeah, that's going to be enough.
Sobran to get around him.
And Sobran is trying to catch him now, passes him. So now the first car 1 lap down is the 54 of Sobran. Battle up front between Eric Thornton and Michael Kerjelak. This is the 88 and the 19. Nose to bumper, nose to tail here. As they make their way through the infield section of the track, now back up, going to get back up onto the NASCAR circuit.
And this is the battle as we're coming down to the end of stage number 1, just a few laps left. So this is a battle for those stage points. 10 points help propel him. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but Kerjelak won last week at Talladega, so he's locked in.
Yes.
So these points more important, I guess, for Eric Thornton at the moment.
Yeah, as Kerjelak missed that corner right there in the chicane, and you can see the gap that allowed Thornton to pull out to 1.5 seconds now here, coming to the end of this lap and the end of the stage. Yeah, the only thing that would have helped Kerjelak getting the stage win would be the stage point he can carry into the next round, the round of 8.
Yes, that's correct.
That's where it would really benefit him to get the stage win.
I had it set in my head that this was a race for the championship 4, but you were right. We're racing to make the round of 8.
Yeah, and should we have not already gotten the caution there?
Lap 13, 15, I'm sorry, so 15.
I don't know why I had 10 in my head, Dave, so see, we're keeping each other straight here. No big deal.
I thought it was 13, but it is 15 is at least what I'm looking at here on my end.
Yeah, Michael Kerjelak's trying to close the gap that he lost there, getting through the backstretch chicane. To see if he can make up some time here. He's currently 1.3 seconds back. Zulu's kind of all alone here. He's got a 5-second gap in front of him and another 2.7 back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez has fallen off of the back of Zulu here, as he was within, I think, a second and a half. Kenneth Pack is 5 seconds behind Rodriguez. And that DuPont car we saw there, that was Curtis Sobran, who's currently a lap down. You got James Nelson here, 13 seconds back at Kenneth. That's 28 seconds behind our leader, with Nathan Christensen another 18 seconds behind him. So the field spread out quite a bit here. But they're all going to be right back together, folks, here in just another 3 laps. I hope for all you at home you're having a good time, and I hope you're all prepared and have your candy and all that good stuff ready if you celebrate Halloween. Got your costumes all ready, got some good parties to go to or whatever. Just Please be responsible, be careful. Check the candy, if you got kids. If you don't have kids, what are you doing out there trick-or-treating? Too old for that stuff? But anyway, get yourself some candy.
Candy's candy, man.
I know it. Don't take your kids candy like Dave would do. Oh. You're still eating your boy's candy from last year, aren't you, Dave?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, like you said, the field's kind of stretched out. We got Eric Thornton out by over 2 seconds over Michael Kurgelak. It's about 5 seconds back from Kurgelak back to Zulu. And then behind Zulu, about a second or so back to Travis Rodriguez.
Yeah, Rodriguez beginning to close that gap on Zulu. Michael Bovair is coming in. He's coming into to pit now. That may be a strategy move to put himself out front. I think the pits were still open, yeah? Or maybe not.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
We'll have to find out if he gets a penalty for that. We'll see.
They should still be open. The next time by will be the 2 to go.
Okay, because I was showing lap 13, just wasn't sure.
Yeah, because we end this on the end of lap 13, so
Or lap 15,
I believe
yeah.
2 to go will come this time by.
Okay. So, yeah, this may be a strategy move for Bovair. To kind of cycle him to the front for the restart after the stage break. Now, he won't be able to capitalize on any stage points here, as he's now at the tail of the field in the 12th position. Benny Campbell in the number 27 machine, just ahead of our leader in the 88. As Thornton's going to try to put him a lap down. Now he does. So Tyrone Yo is a lap down. Benny Campbell, Curtis Sauber, James Bowden, Michael Bovair. Oh, Bovair didn't get out of the pits in time. So was he already a lap down, Dave? He should have been able to pit and get back out, I would think, here, unless he was just far enough back. But that even put lap down cars in front of him. So, yeah, I'm not sure. He's back almost 2 laps.
Yeah, so right now it looks like Benny Campbell should be our lucky dog recipient.
Yeah, if he can stay in that position, Benny Campbell will get his lap back. So this is really going to be costly for Curtis Sauber. Now, Curtis does score 1 point here in the stage, so that's going to help him a bit too. Because really, he just needs to beat James Bowden and Michael Bovair to stay in this thing, I believe. As we come to the line this time by, folks, it'll be 1 lap left in the stage. Just 1 lap to crown a stage winner. So I will change your graphic to show you the position number of the drivers on track. As the 2 isn't that far behind the 88 here. If the 88 slips up, the 19. I used the number that was on the grid there. Kurgelak 1.4 seconds back. But we're going to come down. We're coming through 1 and 2 now. They're coming through 1 and 2 now to the back stretch. Unless there's an error by the 88, as long as the 88 just kind of takes it easy on cruise control, I don't know that the 19 is going to make up that second half. But I don't know. We'll just have to see. So he closes in a bit through the chicane. Oh, slides. The 19 gets sideways. Good save, but it's going to be costly on time for him. It's going to prevent him from finishing in that... from having a shot at the stage win.
Yellow is out.
Your stage 1 winner is the number 88, Eric Thornton. Michael Kerjelak's going to come across in second with Zulu in third. Fourth will be Travis Rodriguez. Fifth is Kenneth Pack. James Nelson's in sixth with Nathan Christensen seventh. And eighth is Benny Campbell. And the 27 will be the lucky dog, get his lap back here. So he should, he better hustle it around here, because I know when you get a lap back here, it happens fast. So you got to get around there before the start, because when they give you that lap back isn't always the most convenient, because you're still going to want to get your pit stop underway, as we're going to see these drivers come down. And I imagine everybody's going to take 4 tires here, because this place is slick. Get a full tank of Sunoco fuel and get this thing going again for stage number 2. We appreciate you watching here on the SimWorld Racing Network. This is the Quick Finishers Racing League Cup Series. This is the round of 12 cutoff race at the Roval. The new layout 150. These sim drivers waiting for that new Roval layout to be scanned and put into the service. It might be a little while before that happens, but nonetheless excited for the changes that have been made here.
Yeah, it's going to add a little bit of a, well, throw a little curveball until you get used to it, I think.
Throw a couple of curves in there, matter of fact. As we see 7 cars left on the lead lap here again, Benny Campbell will, as long as he didn't go off track or at the time of caution or make contact, and since then, I believe, he should be able to get that lucky dog.
Yeah, and this is a tricky pit road to get off of. Now, remember, Kerjelak, I believe, had the pole. He'll have that number 1 spot. I kind of expect Kerjelak to get off pit road ahead of Thornton, just based on how this pit road is. We got to watch for contact and drivers kind of hitting each other on the exit of this pit road, because right at the end of the pit road, you got to make a hard left to get back onto the track. So it's really tight down through here.
Yeah, absolutely, and that is these cars really don't want to turn that far left, to be honest. But yeah, we'll see how it works out. Kerjelak may have, like you say, a huge advantage being in that first box if he can throttle straight on out. And
actually, he's in pit box 2. He was a little bit behind Thornton coming to pit road too, so you didn't really get tucked up tight to Thornton coming down through the pit. So.
Ay. Didn't stick with pit road for whatever reason, even though I was selecting pit lane.
So now everyone's been in, fresh tires, full of fuel. We're going to run from here. The end of stage number 2 will be at lap 30. So the end of lap 30 coming at 31. We'll throw the yellow and stack them up again to run to the end.
We got Kenneth Pack and Nathan Christensen both still sitting on pit road. I imagine they're getting damage possibly corrected to these cars. I mean, the 16 doesn't look bad, but yeah, it corrected his front right fender there a bit. Nathan Christensen's now pulling off as well.
James Bowden kind of missed. Oh, he's going to back up into Nathan.
Oh, he runs into Nathan. Nathan is not going to be happy. Oh, Nathan runs it into the... So they did not make their left-hand turns there. Oh, now Nathan's backed it into the wall.
Yeah, James Bowden kind of missed that left-hand turn. Unfortunately, when he backed up, backed right into Nathan Christensen.
Well,
I think Christensen kind of stopped waiting.
I think he followed him is what happened.
Like I said, very tricky pit road exit here. Yeah, obviously Bowden and Christensen just kind of missed the turn. It happened so fast. You're going to be turning before you go kind of past the exit there, so can get it a little tricky as we just saw.
So we see Campbell. Campbell is the lucky dog, but the problem is he's sitting on pit road getting damage corrected. I don't know that he'll be able to get back out and catch this field before they go green. I mean,
they're not crossed back over yet, so it looks like they're on the maybe 2 to go here. They should be crossing over next time by. We'll see. Yeah, Benny Campbell's still sitting on pit road, so once he gets off here, he's going to have to kind of hustle it around as he's off now.
That's a whole lap. So, yeah, I mean, he'll likely catch them, but...
Yeah, we'll see if these drivers start to cross over, which I assume they will. No, yeah, there you go. Lights are off on the pace car. Kind of here is where turn one's going to start to get a little dicey on these restarts because, more or less we saw issues on the initial start, and that's usually when drivers are kind of taking it easy on the initial start of the race. Now that's kind of over. These drivers really want to get out there and get themselves to the front, put themselves in position moving forward. So definitely going to have to watch turn one here on this restart.
Yeah, my championship hopes were destroyed in turn one at this same track a few weeks back. So I know exactly what you're talking about. Is actually, I think in that race we had maybe six, 7 cars in a major pile up in turn one. So,
yeah, all it kind of takes is if you're on the outside, if you can get single file, I think you're better off. But you go into turn one side by side, all it takes is that inside car to just slip up ever so slightly, or miss the braking point, or lock up a wheel, or anything, and it could be doom and gloom.
So it looks like the 27 may catch up. Yeah, he'll definitely catch up before. He should catch up somewhere down the backstretch, probably going into the backstretch chicane.
We've already seen some mistakes cost drivers tonight. Kurgelak, one of them, led the first, 8-9 laps and overshot the backstretch chicane, giving the lead over to Eric Thornton, and Eric Thornton never gave that lead back. So, like we were saying earlier, that one little mistake can really cost you dearly here. So, hopefully Kurgelak has learned his lesson there. He's going to settle down and run a good, smart, clean race here, and just keep Thornton in sight right here, and maybe take advantage of a mistake by Eric.
Well, I'll tell you who's not gonna settle down, and that's gonna be the 7 of Rodriguez. And that outside of row 2 there, you're gonna see this car probably come to life and get on the aggressive side. I mean, obviously he's up 8 spots from where he started, so he's been aggressive so far. But you're really gonna see that here to try to get into that lead. And he's not racing for points, so not too much to lose here as the pace car should dive off here. We're about to go green, folks, once again.
And green flag comes early. It comes just as they turn into this first right-hander. As we see here, green is out. Oh, Eric Thornton spins. He's going to lose several positions.
Michael Kurgelak to the lead, now being pressured by Rodriguez. James Nelson up to third.
Yeah, really good turn one for Rodriguez there. Keep pace early. Yeah, Eric Thornton from the lead back to the 6th position is where he's going to cycle out in.
See if we can find out what happened there. I'm also showing another little incident, but we'll see if we can find out what happened with Thornton.
Yeah, it looks like Thornton spun his tires and just had to slow down and gather that car.
As we watch the restart here, following right along sky side of the 88. Oh yeah, he hits the bumper too. He hit the turtle, and his rear tire was in the air when he come on the throttle, and that just sent him there. As Michael Kurgelak is your leader, about 0.6 of a second over Travis Rodriguez. I see that an incident may have occurred with Nathan Christensen and Tyrone Yo. So let me see if I can find out what was going on there, as Tyrone Yo is in another little incident I'm seeing. Not sure what happened with Christensen there. Maybe that wasn't too much of a... Oh, there, the 27. He comes across the nose of the 27. Tyrone Yo just comes to stop to avoid it. The 19 butt kicker machine of Michael Kurgelak showing the way here, folks, as he did early on in the race before having that little mess up that cost him the lead, handed it over to Eric Thornton. Now he has Travis Rodriguez breathing down his neck. There's a gap between second place Rodriguez and Nelson that has already built up to 3.4 seconds now, to where the racing's really happening here with 4 cars under a blanket.
Yeah, Rodriguez just had a little issue. Maybe not.
Oh, no.
Like he had an issue in the backstretch for chicane, but he's got it back, headed the right direction there.
Yeah, that's cost him about 2.3 seconds on our leader. As we have James Nelson, Zulu, and Kenneth Pack all fighting for this 3rd spot. Oh, Zulu's around. He's drifting through the corner. Oh, he saved it. What a save.
Yeah, good save by Zulu. It's going to allow... he lost a couple positions and allows Thornton to kind of catch up to his back bumper.
We're going to jump back here and watch this again, folks, because our camera really couldn't see him get out of it, but he never turned it around. So right here, he's going to drift this thing. Locks up the fronts a bit, keeps the back spinning, and yeah, not too bad a deal there. Cost him a little bit, like you say, but it wasn't terrible at all. Car never stopped forward momentum. So Michael Bovair got back on the lead lap. Currently have 9 cars, folks. Back to Nathan Christensen, all on the lead lap here. As Curtis Saubrin is the first car 1 lap down once again, but still a good ways into the next stage, Dave.
Yeah, we got about 9 laps to go or so in stage number 2. Rodriguez, last time by, put down the fastest lap of the race at 121.28.
So 53
looks like
has a little trouble
Rodriguez.
through 1. Oh, go ahead.
Looks like Rodriguez finally feeling it out here, finding his stride as he, was kind of in that 122, 123 most of the race. So finding a little bit of speed here. Keeping on Eric Thornton. Eric Thornton's back up to that 4th position, so able to grab a couple spots from since the mishap. Rodriguez getting really aggressive here. Just watch him go through that front stretch chicane, really hitting those turtles a lot. So, like I said, one little mistake and kind of ruins your race. So we'll see if he continues to kind of be aggressive here, if he, kind of tones it down a little bit. He has definitely gained some time here on Kurgelak.
really pushing the limits now. We'll see next time by what their lap times look like. As Rodriguez appears to be closing in on just out braking maybe a little bit. Definitely into that chicane.
Yeah, good. That was a good chicane there for Rodriguez. Last time by, I saw him get real aggressive down here on this front stretch chicane, so see what he does this time by. Yeah, not too bad.
At the line, Michael Kerslak with a 122.04 to Rodriguez 121.88. So almost 2 tenths.
Couple tenths.
Eric Thornton back up into third position, now 8 seconds behind the battle for the lead there. Followed by Kenneth Pack and Zulu, rounding out your top 5.
Yeah, Zulu's still trying to bounce back from his little
slide there.
a slide and a save.
Drift night in Charlotte, we'll call it.
Which is easy to do around this place. I kind of was thinking about that earlier before we got on the air here, and I thought to myself I should probably describe this place as like a drift track, because that's what you're doing pretty much every corner through here, it feels.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're not sliding tires, you're not making speed. But once you go over that limit just enough to get it sideways, then you've had a problem. Nathan Christensen has had an issue. James Bowden as well. Nathan jumped to the pit, so he had to actually tow. We'll see what happened with Nathan here.
Yeah, also Zulu able to get around the 16 at Kenneth Pack, so move Zulu into that 4th position.
So we see Nathan here getting into turn 1. Hits those bumps, man, right across those bumps, and noses it hard into the inside line, or inside wall, and had to tow it to the pits. That'll be the end of the day for Nathan. This is the Quick Finishers Racing League. Need the new layout 150 at the Roval. Get some more of those crazy turns added to this race. And frankly, they're getting rid of or changing up a part of the track I really didn't care for anyway. So I'm hoping that helps me along when I get back here.
So it looks like James Bowden has retired from the race. I saw him kind of disappear there from pit road.
Yeah, as did Christensen.
Yeah, so when like I said, coming into this, we weren't too sure about the points, but we know there could possibly be a battle there with Michael Bovair and James Bowden. Currently, Michael Bovair is still on track in the 8th position. James Bowden has retired. So, like I said, we'll have to see how those points shake out going into next week.
Yeah, I mean, you know, looking at them a little bit closer here, between Tommy Osborne and Michael Bovair, was only that is a 58. Yeah, so only 12 points. So that's gonna move Bovair up into the top 8. I don't know, did Tommy Osborne take a provisional here?
Yeah, that I don't know.
Let me check and see if I see one here. No, I do not see one. So that's gonna move Bovair into the top 8.
Yeah, so all these series here that any of you watch here on SimRacing Racing Network are slowly coming to an end. I think we got, after tonight, we've got 4 races remaining here to decide a champion. And over in AARL, we're down to just, 2 races, I believe. So, yeah, we're getting to the end of these long seasons. Kind of curious to see how it all unfolds.
Yeah, that's right. I believe we have the, let's see. Yeah, on this upcoming Sunday night, we will have The Truck Series, All-American Racing League Truck Series, will be at Martinsville for their final race of the round of 8. That will decide the 4 drivers who will move on to Phoenix on November the 3rd to race for a championship in the Truck Series. So be sure and tune in on Sunday for that. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Ring the notification bell, and it'll let you know when this stuff's happening. But yeah, be sure and tune in on Sunday night for that. And then on Tuesday night, we move to Martinsville for the All-American Racing League Cup Series for their cutoff race for the round of 8. And then that'll tell us who will make it to the Phoenix. The top 4 to make it. There's already 2 drivers locked in, which I believe is Alan Bledsoe is locked in for the Cup Series. And I believe, I don't think he's locked in, but he may have enough points to be able to just glide through, is Brendan Mathia. And I believe you're in the running there, Dave. Pretty good shape for it if you have a decent Martinsville race.
Yeah, just need to get through Martinsville, survive, hopefully, and make it to that championship 4 and give myself a shot. But yeah, it's been a long season for all of these drivers in all of these leagues. So we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, getting to the end of this.
Should be a really good time. So when we come back here for the first race of the round of 8 here in the Quick Finishers Racing League next Friday night, we will be off to Bristol Motor Speedway. No, I'm reading that wrong. Las Vegas.
No. Yeah, we should be going to Vegas.
Yeah, so we'll be moving on to Vegas after the Roval here. Then we'll have just Homestead, Martinsville, and then that will decide who makes it to Phoenix for the Quick Finishers Racing League on Friday nights. So yeah, winding it down, Dave, winding it down. Then we'll take what, a couple of days off and then race something else, I'm sure.
There's always racing somewhere.
It's the beauty of the sim.
Pretty sure the leagues themselves, let's see, it's going to be November when we finish that, so we'll have, probably a few months off because we're going to try to follow again the real NASCAR schedule and maybe make it a little bit closer so we're running the same weeks and same tracks as they do in real life. So we'll be off for a few months and regroup, reset, and go at it again.
Yeah, and I think that's going to make it a really good deal there. The closer we can stay to those schedules, obviously we may have to change it up for some things, but yeah, I haven't actually looked at it. You may have matched it perfectly. However, yeah, I think it's a good idea because iRacing also runs the same week. They run the same tracks the same week as the NASCAR series. So by doing that, that means folks can use official racing if they want to get their practice in. Or use the All-American Racing League Truck Series and the QFRL. If you're running an AARL, run QFRL on Friday and run All-American Racing League on the following Tuesday and be good to go.
My head hurts thinking about it.
It's a lot of racing, and I love it.
Here tonight, Kerjalak's still out in front of Rodriguez. Rodriguez closed it down to about a second. Seems like Rodriguez closed it in a little bit. He's running a little bit quicker lap times than just those little mistakes. Same with Kerjalak, just a little mistake here and there, and they kind of close on each other and then separate, and vice versa, back and forth. So,
really,
like I said, here's yeah, it's hard to really be consistent here and put down good lap time, lap after lap. It's just so much that goes into this, so much focus. And the track doesn't help any. The track is very, very slick. Sometimes just mistakes happen when you least expect them.
As we look out from the gearbox camera on the number 19 machine looking back at Travis Rodriguez, you can see how far of a gap what a second kind of looks like now, half a second as he closes in on the corner here.
Something happened.
Rodriguez sideways.
Something happened to Thornton. He was up in that 4th position. Now he's fallen back to 6th, so not too sure. Let's see if I can try to get back and rewind this and see what happened to Thornton.
It must have been an off track again because I don't see. The car looks flawless. He has not hit anything.
It shows Thornton came to pit road.
Oh, wow, he did on lap 27. He was down pit road. We missed that, folks. We're coming to the end of this stage, so he's still going to gain stage points and have a pit stop out of the way just 3 laps ago. So we are on the final lap of this stage with Michael Kerjelak leading it.
Yeah, Thornton came down, took 4 tires, so he's going to be able to stay out here and have the lead, which is that's big here going into that final stage.
Absolutely. I mean, clean air is king, right? Anywhere you go in racing, clean air is king.
Yeah, but I do believe, I don't know, I'll have to check. I don't believe they can make it all the way on fuel on this last stage.
No.
So we may still see a green flag stop here for some fuel.
Your winner of stage 2 was Michael Kerjelak, followed by Travis Rodriguez. Zulu finishes in the 3rd position. Kenneth Pack 4th. James Nelson 5th. Eric Thornton rebounds the 6th after a pit stop. Benny Campbell 7th. Michael Bovair 8th. Curtis Salburn is going to be your lucky dog as long as he doesn't get an off track here. In 9th. Tyrone Yo in 10th. Nathan Christensen will finish 11th with James Bowden in 12th.
And with these drivers about to make their pit stop, I'm going to step away and back here in a few.
Yep, absolutely. As we ride along here on the AARL blimp over top of the Quick Finishers Racing League here in Charlotte, North Carolina. For the Need the New layout 150 at the Roval, Michael Kerjelak is going to lead these guys down pit road, come to the service of their teams. We'll see if the 88 decides to stay out or if he comes in for a splash and go, or exactly how he handles that. I'm imagining that he's probably going to at least bring it down for a splash and go. That way he can fill up the tank, and at least if his tires aren't, his tires might not be as good as everyone else, but he'll have, it's only a couple of laps he has on tires. He'll at least be on the same fuel strategy. But we'll have to see what Eric decides to do here from the 7th position. So keep an eye on that number 88 machine as they head down pit road here shortly. The leaders are coming through 3 and 4 now. They'll be able to get down pit road at the exit of 4. But remember, that is a tricky exit of pit road here. It's that sharp left at the end. We saw carnage on the last pit stop. Let's see what happens here as they bring them on down. So we see the leader and our pole sitter will bring it to the front. I believe he was our pole sitter, Michael Kerjelak. Brings it to pit box number 2. I don't know who would have been pit box number 1, though. That's what's strange to me, but I don't know. I think they skip every other box here to give drivers room since there's not that many cars. That's what it's looking like. Or maybe the retirees. 19 is the first off pit road. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I continue to keep on talking. So Travis Rodriguez comes off pit road 2nd. Eric Thornton did stay out on track. Or, no, I think that, yeah, he didn't even come down for fuel, so he just stayed out. His pit lap was still lap 27, while these drivers have 4 laps more of fuel and 4 laps fresher tires. Now, one of those laps being under the caution flag. So I don't know what my camera's doing, but it's not doing anything fun. Apologize for that. Trying to read data and figure out what camera I'm actually displaying. Not always the easiest task, but here we are nonetheless. Your leader is Eric Thornton, followed by Michael Kerjelak, Travis Rodriguez. Zulu comes out 4th. Kenneth Pack 5th. 6th is James Nelson with Michael Bovair in 7th. Benny Campbell's on pit road, but in the 8th position. Curtis Salburn coming into his pit box now. The service of his team, as he was the lucky dog. He will start at the tail end of the longest line, but is now back on the lead lap. So he's back in 9th position. He'll restart in 10th. just because of the tail end of the longest line. Or maybe beside, he may just start on the outside of, I don't know how they'll do that. Inside or outside of the final row, so he's really not going to be, they may put him back on the inside row though. Okay. So he'll be on the inside behind Tyrone Yo. We appreciate you
back.
Yeah, we appreciate having you back. We appreciate you watching at home. Be sure and hit that thumbs up button for us if you get the opportunity. If you wouldn't mind, helps this little channel out. Gets more people to kind of, gets the algorithm to push it out to more people who like racing, and then might get some folks viewing this that may enjoy themselves and become part of the chat and friends with the rest of us. So it's
Who wouldn't
always
want to
good.
hang out with us for about 2 hours?
You know, I was thinking the same thing. I just didn't want to be too upfront about it there, Dave. All right, Dave, I believe I'm going to step away now. I'm going to leave you with the leaders because that battle for the lead is going to be something else here on the restart. But I possibly can make it back before then, but I'll be right back with you.
Yeah, so Eric Thornton pitted a couple laps early before the pit road had closed at the end of stage 2, so he's going to come out here, restart as your leader with Michael Kerjelak to his outside. Travis Rodriguez, who is kind of hitting his stride there late in stage number 2, going to find himself in third. Zulu bounces back after his mishap. We're going to restart here in the 4th position. But I believe that's a good call there for Eric Thornton to kind of stop early. Like I said, they typically close pit road with 2 laps to go on the stage, so you got to make that move earlier. That's the way he found his way back to the lead. And honestly, I think that was going to be the one shot he had to kind of propel himself back to that lead, is to stop early and put himself back at the front. But the lights are out on the pace cars. They work their way through the oval section. That's turns 1 and 2 here on the oval of Charlotte Motor Speedway. Work their way around and take the green this time by. And like Hillbilly said, we appreciate each and every one of you that has tuned in here tonight and every other week. We have some people like Catalan. Thank you, Catalan, for usually you're here each and every week. Anytime Zulu or Rada is in the field, you're here, so we appreciate you. Hope everyone's week went well as we are working Friday evening here. So hope everything went well. And you're enjoying yourself here on a Friday night and have some plans for the weekend. And pace car is off. Eric Thornton's going to lead them down in to the chicane. That green flag will come out as they make that little right-hander right here. Green is out. Eric Thornton, last time he had a problem, no problem this time as he takes a lead. About 3 or 4 car lengths there over Michael Kerjelak. Ooh, big slide for Thornton as he smacks the wall off of turn number 2, allowing Kerjelak to close in ever so slightly. Kerjelak right to the back bumper of the 88. They're going to work their way down through the oval here. Turns 1 and 2 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Headed down the backstretch into that backstretch chicane. We've seen issues there all night long.
Yeah, taking a look back now to see what happened with Bovair and Sauber and those guys here. Trying to catch up with Sauber. Okay, here we go. Sauber just gets in, yeah, through the center. Oh, okay. Bovair was sideways, and and Sauber in the 54 had nowhere to go and just doors him right into the door. Pretty impressive incident there, folks. You may have already explained that, Dave. I apologize. I stepped right in there.
No, I saw something was going on, but I couldn't really change the camera, so I decided to just roll with what was happening here at the front.
Yep, that brings Bovair back in. But yeah, battle at the front. Eric Thornton trying to hold off Michael Kerjelak and charging Rodriguez. Now a three-way battle for this lead. Over half the race down, folks. This one will be over before you know it.
Yeah, I feel like Kerjelak's had a little bit more speed than Thornton throughout the entirety of the race. The problem is just, like I said, those little mistakes really hurt you. It's hard to find that opportunity to pass. You got to be so good and so smooth and consistent here.
So there was an incident at the restart that I wanted to grab that I did miss when I was looking back at the replays here. We're going to jump back here. It looks like right at the restart there was an issue.
It looks like Kenneth Pack kind of got spun around there in turn 1 on that initial restart.
Yeah, Bovair gets in the back of him, just didn't get the braking point. 75 and 27 are involved. Yeah, turn 1 always tough on the restarts.
Travis is showing Rodriguez crashed. I missed that one.
Oh, wow, that quickly. Rodriguez was running in the 3rd position. We're going to jump over and see that replay as there is a battle for the lead, but we'll catch this.
Oh, yeah, really Rodriguez spun through the front stretch chicane. Going to lose one. Yeah, it looks like just one position, but lost a ton of time.
Oh, wow, yeah. Big move there, but we're going to go back live as there is a battle for the lead, folks. It's heating up between this 88 and the 19. This is basically the same battle we've had going on all race long, it seems. Just one little slip up between each driver there for a while. Zulu sitting 4 seconds behind this battle in the 3rd position with Rodriguez another 10 seconds behind him. So Rodriguez not only lost one spot, lost a ton of time. For Curtis Sauber, this is kind of picking up. You know, he's catching Travis Rodriguez now. Remember, folks, he was just a lap down at the end of stage number 2. And I know we typically do a ride along with Curtis, Dale, but we didn't want to this time just because of the fact that it's hard. It's going to be hard for him to have to explain and shift and all that good stuff together. We didn't want to distract him.
Yeah, the battle's still going on here for the lead. I don't know. I think if I'm Kerjelak, I think you just kind of ride it out here. Just focus on not making mistakes, kind of keep pace, and maybe force that 88 into a mistake. You know he's still probably going to have another pit stop to go. Still quite a ways to go here. You just got to have mistake-free racing right here if you're the 19.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if you feel like you're faster, I think, like you say, just ride behind him, and don't try to pass, but pass if the opportunity just comes to you by mistake on the 88's part. So far, so good for the 88. I mean, he's still really hitting those turtles, but now the 19 closes right in on his bumper through that front stretch chicane.
Yeah, like I said, I feel like the 19 has had the faster car here tonight. He's just got to make sure he's smooth and does not make a mistake because, like I said, like Rodriguez just found out, that little mistake went from a battle with the top three to about 15, almost 16 seconds behind now. So yeah, it doesn't take much.
Now, as far as um, pitch strategy here, they can run about 20 to 24 laps on a tank of fuel is what I have been told. I'm going to take a look. We'll pull up a little graphic on screen. And it looks like the most that anyone has run today was 16 laps.
Yeah, and that was for the stage break. So, yeah, it looks like Thornton was on lap 27.
Yeah, so he has 10 laps on his tires right now. To everyone else has 6 laps.
Yeah, so I would expect Thornton in around, somewhere around that 50 lap mark, 45 to 50. Take some fuel and keep on going.
Yeah, I mean, so 20 to 25 laps, you're going to have to 20 to 24 laps. Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to take a full tank of fuel, so you may as well get your 4 tires on there. I don't think there's going to be any advantage to trying to do 2 tires. I mean, you're going to run. You think you can run it long, Dave, and maybe take a little bit less fuel? Would that be even beneficial?
It possibly could be. I mean, I know, and as you know too, cold tires here, it takes, 3 or 4 laps to really get the car to settle in. On the other hand, if you don't take tires, you come out on warm tires, and you could probably gain a little bit of time early on in the first few laps, and maybe that's enough to kind of get you through.
Yeah, I mean, as we're 11 laps into this run for Thornton, and he's still running 121.7 on his last lap, so not bad lap times here. Not really falling off in 11 laps at least.
Yeah, I don't think the tire fall off is as big as what we think it is. It's more about having heat in the tires. I feel like that's more important here, especially at this track, more than anywhere else. Cattle in the chat is saying, "Go Zulu, go." Zulu is up to that 3rd position. Able to get by Rodriguez when Rodriguez kind of looped it there. So good run so far for Zulu.
Yeah, looking to bring home a really, really good finishing spot here and solidify where he's at in the standings going into the. Now, we do know they're going to be restart, right? But then your stage points, stage wins, and bonus points throughout the chase will be added on, and they'll have to reset the points once again for those top 8.
Yeah, I think Zulu looked pretty secure coming in here to be able to make it and transfer over to that round of 8. So a good, solid run so far for Zulu.
Interesting thing about the whole round of 8, once you make it to the round of 8, trying to get stage wins and all that really aren't as important. If you're going to finish second in the stage, you're fine with it. You don't really want to push to get that lead and take a chance of wrecking because you don't carry bonus points over to the final round at Phoenix. Once 4 cars make it through, those 4 cars will be reset to the identical points, and the best finisher of the race wins the championship.
Yeah, absolutely. After tonight, the stage points, they mean a little bit to point your way into the championship for, I guess. But yeah, once you're there, it's 4 cars going head to head, and like I said, best driver wins it all.
Yeah, the difference between first and second is 1 point for a stage. So you're not really going to push it to, you know, or take a chance of wrecking your car out of, say, third to try to get the win. Of the stage. Now, if you can win the race, that's a little bit different story.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that you win and you're in that final four. Number 16 of Kenneth Pack, currently in the 7th position. Just behind the 75 machine of James Nelson. Nelson rocking that auto serve number 75 as he does each and every week. Be sure and get your car serviced at Auto Serve if you are in the Charlestown, West Virginia area. Swing on in, get a tune-up. Just show your car some love at Auto Serve in Charlestown, West Virginia.
Michael Kerjelak now all over the back bumper of Eric Thornton. I thought they were going to wreck going back onto the oval part of the track there. Ooh, Kerjelak locks up that right front as they get into the chicane, but they'll be able to make it through there all right.
Yeah, I mean, pushing a little hard, but you know, some guys, they practice hard. So if you go changing that up and try to take it easy, you're going to lose a ton of time or end up wrecking the car trying to do that. So with what I'm being told, they should now be within their fuel window. If those calculations were correct, they should be within their fuel window to make it to the end of the race if they were to stop and take full fuel now. Ooh, the Beauvais is right in front of the leaders. Going another lap down here is the 48.
Yeah, and like we said, Eric Thornton's got a few extra laps on his tires and fuel, so I would assume he may be down sooner than the rest.
Yeah, he came in on 27. And I'm trying to do some math in my head. It's not working really well. So he would be right at 20 laps, I think, or so on fuel right now. My mathing isn't working properly. '54 Exalta machine of Curtis Sauber still rolling around here in that 5th position. Just the kind of the comeback of the race so far. You know, having those issues early, going a lap down, and not able to get it back on the first stage break, but staying at it and able to get back to being the first car 1 lap down at the 2nd stage break, getting his lap back, now sitting here in P5.
Yeah, really good recovery and comeback there for Curtis Auburn.
Vinnie Campbell slipping and sliding out here just a little bit through that infield portion of the track. But still holding on to a respectable 8th place finish here, still maintaining the lead lap for the time being. Now, I believe he's just about 20 seconds out in front of the leaders at the moment. So we'll see if he's able to hold on to that lead lap till the end of the race. Now, he's 21 seconds behind James Nelson in the 75. So quite a bit of time he'd have to make up to gain another position either. Skinner reports Tyrone Yo may have had an issue. As he just runs it straight through the backstretch chicane. No big deal, no harm, no foul. Had to give that time back in. He came to a complete stop as NASCAR car rules would indicate, but really could have just kind of kept rolling there a little bit as Michael Kerjelak's brought his car down pit road.
Yeah, so the question is, what are these drivers going to do? If it's going to be fuel only or take some tires, we'll find out here in just a second.
Well, Eric Thornton's out there on the oldest tires, and he's still on track.
Yeah, I don't think tires mean a lot, but we'll see what Kerjelak does.
So in these laps that they've run here, as we're coming to 20 to go.
Sides up. Yeah, so Kerjelak's taking 4 tires and fuel.
I don't know what's happening with my camera here, but we're going to try to get a better shot, and we missed it.
Kerjelak's down and away. 4 tires and fuel for the 19. We'll see what Thornton does. I don't know. If I'm Thornton, I think that's a top off the tank and go. I think to me, it just feels like the winning strategy.
Well, he's a second off pace, though. Over a second off pace.
But I think with warm tires, he's going to be able to gain some of that the first couple laps. I mean, he still was running 121s, 122s, and here comes Thornton to pit road. We'll see what he decides to do.
Yeah, to me, I just can't see not taking the tires here, not with 20 laps to go. It's already the first 20 costs you a second. That second 20 is only going to get worse.
If it's me, I'm taking fuel only and getting out of Dodge.
But you still have to have almost a full tank of fuel anyway. But I get it, the heat and the tires. But I just think that second of difference on track would make you.
And Thornton's taking fuel only. And he's gone.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
It's going to be a quick pit stop. 8.52 seconds.
We'll have to see how this works out. I'm not a big fan of
it. That's the winning call, I believe.
As Zulu is your leader. Leading here at the new layout 150 at the Roval.
That's almost 6 seconds gain on the track for Eric Thornton.
I think he'll give it up in 7 or 8 laps.
We shall see. I don't think so. We got to make bets on this. We're gambling men.
All right, you type a number in the chat. We'll figure it out from there. What do you folks at home think? Was it the right move, right strategy to take fuel only for the 88? Or...
Right now, Eric Thornton's 7.2 seconds in, gaining over Michael Kerjelak on track. Oh, 7 seconds.
The 88's exiting turn 4. 19 is now center of turn 4. We're going to switch over here to the on the backstretch chicane. We'll go ahead and put a camera in the backstretch chicane so you can see at home, folks, exactly how long it takes to make up the time, or what it looks like on track at least.
Right now, Kerjelak's tires are up 2 pressures and heat because he just put down a 121.45.
Yep.
Right now, Zulu is your leader. He is going to have to come down and make a stop. He's about 13, almost 14 seconds out in front of Eric Thornton and Michael Kerjelak.
All right, so as we watch the chicane here, folks, we're going to see what that 6 second difference looks like between. This is Eric Thornton coming through the chicane now. That's Michael Kerjelak. I don't know, Dave. Kerjalak now knocks another couple tenths off of that lead, down to 5.7.
Oh, Thornton locks up the brakes getting into the front stretch chicane. That's going to give a bunch of time back. It's going to allow Kerjalak to close to 5 seconds now. So big costly mistake for Eric Thornton. Gained about half. Kerjalak gained about a half a second.
Kenneth Pack is
Thornton
in.
right there.
James Nelson is in. Get the service done to their vehicles. Zulu still leading. Still running really, decent times. 1:22.6 for Zulu.
As Zulu's heading down through the backstretch chicane, and see when Zulu decides to make his final stop of the night.
So Rodriguez made his stop and only took fuel as well. Uh-oh. Thornton's still maintaining that 5-second lead. 17 to go.
So it looks like everyone else has come down for a pit stop except Zulu and possibly Michael Bovair.
Now Zulu last pitted on lap 31. So he's got 15 or so more laps on his tires than everyone else. That was a really early pit stop, but guys were within their fuel window. So they hadn't really used up their tires much. So the fall-offs, this could play into Zulu's hands a little bit. If he takes 4 tires here. Because again, these cars, these cars are going to be so much slower by the end of this run, the last 4 or 5 laps. I'm still about taking tires.
Oh, that time by, it looks like Kerjalak was about a 10th quicker than Thornton. Not enough at this point. I think he's going to need Thornton to kind of make a mistake.
Yeah, Thornton really able to make, he actually picked up his speed quite a bit from what he was even before the pit stop. Out front, Zulu leads the way here for the Quick Finishers Racing League Cup Series. We are the SimWorld Racing Network. I'm Dave, and I've got Dave here in the booth as well, and we're watching a heck of a race here at the Roval in Charlotte, North Carolina, as these drivers are in the cutoff race of the round of 12. It's the final round of 12, final race of the round of 12. Only 8 drivers move on. We have a pretty good idea who those drivers are going to be, but we'll know more come next week.
Zulu is in for his final stop.
98 is down. Let's see what he does on tires or no tires, what he decides on this pit stop.
So he's at least going to give up, fall to at least 3rd place. Depending on what he does, we'll see if Travis Rodriguez can make any ground up here.
I just think they were a second slower after 15 laps. I'm all about the tires here, I think. And it's right sides go up on Zulu. I think this is a great move for Zulu. As we see now, Kerjalak was on the last lap was half a second quicker than Eric Thornton. Zulu's going to have even fresher tires, but has fallen currently back to 4th position behind Travis Rodriguez. And 20 seconds behind our leader at the moment. With 15 laps to go, he'll need to make up quite a bit of time here with not much time to really warm those tires up. That's the big thing David was talking about there. Until these tires get heat in them, they're trash. And then after they get too much heat in them, they become pretty slick again. So I don't want to say as bad a trash as they are in the first couple of laps, but still, it still gets a little rough to handle these cars.
Yeah, so next time by the line for Thornton, it would be 14 laps to go. Holding on to about a 3.5 second lead over second place Michael Kurgelek. Travis Rodriguez is about 20 seconds back in third.
Zulu is running him down.
Yeah, Zulu's about 2.5 seconds behind Rodriguez right now.
Curtis Saubert has fallen to the 7th position. Kenneth Pack moved up to 5th with James Nelson in 6th. Now, James and Kenneth kind of right on top of each other here as well. There's a battle brewing here for that 5th position. Michael Bovera drops down into pit road. And lead's still kind of fluctuating there. It's about 3.3 seconds at the moment between your leader and Michael Kurgelak, the 19. How quickly the gap can either grow or shrink here, Dave. I mean, again, we've noticed that we've noted it all night. You miss an entry, you miss a braking point, or you lose the rear end in a turn. It's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds that you could lose on track.
And Kurgelek must have just had a problem there because he just fell back to 3.6 seconds. I'll try to go back and see. And that's what I was kind of talking about earlier, is it's just a little, so like you said, you missed your corner entry, you miss a little bit, and that's a 10th or 2 on the track, and it just kind of goes back and forth. But yeah, something happened there had to have happened to Michael Kurgelak.
Well, he still ran a 121.98 his last time by, and now he ran a 121.98. His best was a 121.22.
Oh, I see it. Out of turn number 1 the last time by, Kurgelak kind of got the rear tires sideways, almost wrecked it. Great save there for Michael Kurgelak, but that's where he lost that about a half a second.
Yeah, so he's probably going to have a much slower lap this time around because it was turn 1 on this current one.
Yeah, overall he lost about a second on that little bobble. Yeah, so a lot slower there, about a second slower for Michael Kurgelak that time by, which makes sense. It's about a second on track that he lost.
Kenneth Pack in the 4th position with James Nelson in the 5th spot.
Something happened to Rodriguez. He crashed and he is now out of this race.
Yikes, I missed that as well. I mean, I was wondering why the positions had changed. Let's see what happened with the 7 here.
Oh, yeah, he lost it through turn number 1, put it in the inside wall, and that's the end of the Rodriguez's night.
He broke the front suspension on that thing for sure.
Oh, Thornton still holding on to about a 4-second lead over Michael Kurgelak. Zulu sitting there kind of by himself, 24 seconds back in 3rd. Kind of island on his own. And then you get this, I guess it's not as close as I thought, but Kenneth Pack in 4th. About 5 seconds behind Kenneth Pack is James Nelson in that, like you said, that auto serve number 75 Ford. And then the last car on the lead lap, as we mentioned, grid recovery there, is Curtis Sovereign. He's in that 6th position and the last car on the lead lap.
And then we got Travis Rodriguez in 7th. Of course, he's going to drop some positions as he has, I believe he's removed himself from the server. Tyrone Yo still on track out here, looking to make up 5 minutes there and get ahead of Rodriguez. Michael Bover also on track, like to kind of do the same thing, pick up an extra point for his championship bid. Benny Campbell is no longer with us, nor is James Bowden still out there. So Benny Campbell has left. James Bowden still has the opportunity to move up into that 10th position. And Nathan Christensen has retired from the event as well.
Yeah, so we started with 12 cars down to 9. Still running in this race. And we typically see smaller car counts as we get into playoffs. You know, a lot of drivers get eliminated and find some other things to do. It happens pretty much every season we do this. But I'm sure come the start of next season, we'll be back to that 20-plus car field.
Yeah, without a doubt. Every season. Every season it's the same thing. Now, that doesn't mean, folks, that come Phoenix or come the round of 8 here, we're only going to have 8 cars in the field. There will be, we'll probably stick around the same amount, anywhere from, I would say, 10 to 15 cars. Maybe you might get a 20, depending on if it's track, folks want to race and they happen to be home and whatever. So that kind of fluctuates, as Dave was saying, but we're not going to get down to Phoenix for the round, you know, the final race of the season and only have 4 cars get in the race. That's not what's going to happen. There'll be a handful of more drivers out there trying to get a win to at least either add to their total or get their first win of the season.
I was trying to look back to see if Eric Thornton had a problem. Not really seeing it, but Kerjelak, who was about 4 seconds back, is down to 2 seconds. I would just have to assume probably something happened to Eric Thornton there.
Oh, you mean it couldn't be that he's running better lap times? No, he's only running half a second better right now.
I don't see 2 seconds being made up in a lap or two, so something must have made a slide or something happened to Thornton, but that lead's getting tight now, down to 1.5 seconds. So Kerjelak definitely moving forward here with 9 laps to go.
As you can see on screen, that battle for first and second there, 1.48 seconds at the time being right now, folks. You'll see that fluctuate under braking, in the braking zones especially, but usually it gives you kind of an idea of an average of the distance between the cars as they head off now into 3 and 4.
Yeah, we've seen Michael Kerjelak make a few mistakes here. Now's not the time to make another one. He can see Eric Thornton getting closer out his front windshield. A mistake now would be lights out for Michael Kerjelak.
Yeah, and that tends to happen to drivers, especially once you get eyes on someone and you're getting within striking distance. It's so easy just to overdrive a corner or to push it that little bit harder to try to make that move, especially as the race is winding down here. That's not uncommon to happen, so stay tuned, folks. This thing's far from over with only 8 laps to go. And on the reverse side of that, you got Eric Thornton who's glancing up in that mirror every straightaway to see how much closer that 41 or that 19 is getting to him.
And like Thornton made a little mistake a couple corners ago. He kind of went a little wider than he has been. Once again, allows Kerjelak to gain a little bit more. Down to 1.7.
As we look out the cockpit, the helmet cam view from the 19 up ahead to the 88. Ooh, that's it's not all that far, but Kerjelek had a little bit of mess up there. Had to kind of avoid the wall coming through the backstretch chicane.
Yeah, like you said, that little mistake right there cost him about a tenth and a half, almost 2/10. And now it looks like Thornton's closing in on, I believe, who is that? Curtis Sobert?
So yeah,
he's gone by Curtis Sobert.
Yeah, Kerjelek is trying to go by him now. As he looks to the inside, Curtis just kind of gives up the spot there. Doesn't want to affect the outcome of the race here with only 7 laps to go.
Yeah, 7 laps to go. 1.4 seconds is the gap between first and second. Down to 1.3, 1.4, somewhere in there.
We'll go ahead and take you through the field here real quick. As Eric Thornton out front is your leader. Led several laps here tonight. Once he got in the lead, I believe in stage 1 there for a little bit, and then again here toward the end. So quite a few laps led by Eric Thornton tonight. And then you've got Michael Kerjelek in that second position, just back 1.3 seconds. Pole sitter tonight and led a bunch of laps here. Back in third, we have Zulu. Zulu's about 22 seconds behind this battle, but Zulu's sitting in third position. Great run for him so far. He also led some laps, did a little bit of pit strategy there, got himself into the third spot. Kenneth Pack is in fourth. Kenneth back about 45 seconds behind Zulu. On the verge of going a lap down here. Still in the lead lap, but about 10 seconds ahead of our leader. Then you have James Nelson. James Nelson is another 5 seconds back. Now he has the leaders breathing down his neck any minute now to try to put him a lap down, but he's in the 5th spot. So these leaders really laying down some fast times consistently. There's Curtis Sauber. Curtis is in 6th, as we saw him go a lap down just a bit earlier. And then you've got Tyrone Yo in 7th. He's a few laps down here tonight. 4 laps down. Then Michael Bovair sitting in the 8th position. Michael looking to try to move on to the round of 8 himself. Travis Rodriguez is currently out. James Bowden is out. Benny Campbell is out. Actually, Bowden is still running here. I apologize. Going to try to gain that spot from Rodriguez if he can get enough laps in here. Not sure he's got enough laps. No, he does not have enough laps to do it, but still out there getting some laps around the track in 10th position. Benny Campbell is out, and Nathan Christensen is out in 11th and 12th.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that this could be the race for Michael Kerjelek. He made 2 big mistakes there on that lap. He was down to almost half a second. A couple mistakes there. Now he's just like that, 3 seconds back with just 5 laps to go. Kerjelek is definitely faster. He just really needs to focus here and not make those mistakes.
Yeah, that's going to take a mistake by the 88. Really, at this point, this is the 88's race to lose. If he can just stay smooth and consistent and run reasonably quick lap times, he's going to be okay here.
Yeah, like I said, Kerjelek was down to 0.6 or so. Looked like it was going to be a really good battle here with just a few laps remaining. And just 2 costly mistakes there that I had seen. Kind of takes this one out of reach.
Still a long way to go, though, Dave. A long way to go here as we're on 5 laps to go here. We're going to come into 4 to go. In the new layout 150 at the Roval. 150 miles around this place is, I'm going to just say it's difficult, because that's what it is. Not my favorite by any means as far as road courses go, but it's put on some really good race with the new configuration in the real world. So looking forward to trying that once it hits the service, as we see Eric Thornton going down into turn 1 of lap 62.
Yeah, Eric Thornton really pulling out now to almost 5 seconds over over Kerjalak. Just 4 laps to go.
Yeah, Kerjalak's upset the balance on his car. I'm not sure what mistakes were made, if he just slid his tires or whatnot, but
Oh,
definitely seems to.
he hit that corner right here a couple laps ago, and we know that's a corner. You hit that wrong, you can damage the front end of this car, and I'm wondering if that's what happened here.
Yeah, that's a good point. We'll see if we can find. Let's take a look and see if there's any damage on that we can see. Not from there, we can't. Not really seeing anything there. Yeah, and the nose looks pretty clean on that car too. Not sure, Dave. But if he smacked the left side of that car, on that, are you talking about on that inside left-hander?
On the right hand side, before you get on the NASCAR, that wall flattens out.
Yeah.
Before you make that left hand turn in, he smacked the wall pretty hard right there. And ever since then, he kind of has just lost time. So, just wondering if maybe he's got a little bit of damage on that car.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. Well, you know how these things are, especially with this next gen car. They really don't. They're tough as can be unless you hit the wheels. You hit the wheels and you can bend suspension, you can break suspension, and that just leads to a slow car. Kerjalak's picked his pace. Well, no, actually he didn't. Thought he had gained some there, but I guess it was just the part of track he was on. Michael Bovair back down pit road, a number 48 machine. Quicksilver Racing Team. 3 laps to go here for Eric Thornton. Or 2.5 now. As he makes his way through NASCAR 3 and 4, headed toward the front stretch chicane. Eric Thornton, your leader, is out to 5.5 seconds now over Michael Kerjalak. Zulu still holding on to third place. No real challengers around him. The leaders are close to catching the 75 machine. So we see James Nelson up just half a straightaway ahead here. He's going into the backstretch chicane now as the 88's entering the backstretch chicane. So he's going to try to stay on the lead lap there with will be coming to 1 to go for the number 88 this time by. Well, Dave, I'm so glad we don't gamble on this here show. I lost my money to you, bud.
Yeah, I think what really, has become 1 to go here for Eric Thornton, so barring any issues for Eric, he should be able to walk away with a victory. But I think, Michael Kerjalak did have the fastest car. I think he had probably the fastest car here all night. It just seems like one too many mistakes. Like I said, those little mistakes, they just add up. I think that's really what cost him a chance at the victory tonight. So, like I said, Eric Thornton's still got to make it around here and take that checkered flag. So, not out of the woods yet. Anything could happen. But, yeah, I think that's ultimately what cost Kerjalak. Just too many little mistakes, I think. Which is no fault of him. It's very easy, just as you know, it's very easy to make those mistakes here. Very, very tough, challenging racetrack.
Especially, as we were talking earlier, when you start catching that leader the final laps of this race and you're within a half second, you're pushing for everything you've got at that point because it's go time. You need to get around him and try to walk away. As the 88 goes into turn 3 for the final time. See, exits turn 4, final time for the 88 of Eric Thornton. as he comes through the front stretch chicane, just taking it easy. As he comes to the start-finish line, your winner of the Need the New Layout 150 at the Roval is Eric Thornton. Second place will go to Michael Kurgelak. And we're going to wait a few seconds here. We're going to wait a few. He's still coming. And as he exits turn 4, you have Zulu going to finish in a podium spot in 3rd position. Dave, let's see if we can get Zulu here on the horn.
It's going to take Zulu usually a little bit to jump into the Discord. Might have better luck grabbing Kurgelak.
Okay.
First.
Yep, let's go ahead and grab Kurds, and we'll get back with Zulu if he happens to get into the chat here.
Hey, Kurds, Dave in the booth, you got us?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hey, man, first of all, congrats on the 2nd place finish. You're already locked into the round of 8. I believe you won last weekend. Was that, where were we? Talladega?
Yep.
So, congrats on making that round of 8. I gotta ask though, you were running down Thornton there at the end, and I saw you kind of smack the wall pretty good. Did you break something on that car after that?
Yeah, I heard the steering. It cocked the steering about 10. It put it about 11 o'clock, and I knew I was done. So I just wanted to sacrifice the 2nd place, but then I kind of hit it against the wall again, and it straightened it out, but I had 2 laps to go. I'm like, now I can't catch him now.
Oh man, that's the way the breaks happen, man. But you were super fast. I mean, from qualifying to the very end of the race, man, you were really, really quick. It's unfortunate, but as Dave and I were talking up here in the booth, this is one of the easiest places to have the little mistakes, but the little mistakes are very costly. But nonetheless, man, you got a P2, so congratulations on that. The floor is yours, bud.
I just want to say thank you to you guys and to the sponsors, and I want to thank everybody that came out tonight and gave the Roval a chance. I love the road course racing. I love the Roval. I want to say good win to Eric, and next time hopefully I'll get him.
Yeah, man. Well, you're certainly good at it. Congratulations. We'll send you back to celebrate.
Thanks, sir.
Yep. All right, we still don't have Zulu in the chat. Let's go ahead and talk to our winner, Eric Thornton.
Hey, Eric, Dave in the booth, you got a copy?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, not too bad. Hey, congrats on the win here at the Roval. We all know how challenging this place can be. So congrats on that. Getting a little nervous there, watching Kurgelak kind of run you down there late in this race, and then he had a few little issues that kind of set him back, but he was maybe making you a little bit nervous.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't take tires on that last pit stop, and he did, and he was running me down. It was going to be a battle for sure.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened to him, but
yeah, man. Well, listen,
I'll take it.
You've locked yourself into the round of 8 now with this victory, I believe. I'm not sure because I don't believe you raced last week. Now, do they require you to get in on points? It doesn't matter. You're locked in anyway. You're going through to the round of 8. I don't even know what I'm talking about. This was the cutoff race. So, yes, you made it through the next round. You gained some bonus points to take with you by winning tonight. What are your chances through this next round?
I feel good about them tracks. I feel really good about Martinsville. And go from there, see if I can make it. I feel really good about Phoenix if I can get to Phoenix.
Yeah, man. Well, congratulations on the victory tonight. The floor is yours if you want anybody you want to shout out or say hi to.
Just to my buddy Brian and his family. I'm sure they're watching, so.
Very awesome. We enjoy anybody that watches here, so thank you, Brian, and your family for watching tonight. Eric got it done for you there.
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy. We'll send you back to celebrate. You have a good one.
Thank you.
See you. All right, that was Eric Thornton, your winner of the Need the New Layout 150 at the Roval. I still don't see Zulu. So, okay,
Still don't see Zulu.
well, we're going to go ahead and bring to you the full field rundown here tonight as we bring you up the race stats here. Your winner was Eric Thornton, followed by Michael Kurgelak. Zulu finishes in third tonight. Good finish for Zulu. Kenneth Pack finishes fourth, just outside of that podium area where Podium Pack likes to be, but fourth nonetheless. James Nelson was fifth. Curtis Saubrin sixth. Seventh was Tyrone Yo Jr. Michael Bovair finishing in eighth. I believe that's going to push him through, but we'll find out next week. Ninth was Travis Rodriguez after having a lot of speed today. Had a little bit of trouble there and broke the front of his car. James Bowden finishes in 10th. Benny Campbell in 11th, and Nathan Christensen rounds out your top 12. Dave, it was the Roval, man.
Yeah, this Roval's always tough. I think all these drivers know it. It's just so challenging to get around here. I think, like you said, like I was saying earlier, the biggest challenge is just not making the mistake, and it's so hard sometimes. You can be the best car here, and like we saw a couple times tonight, you be the fastest car. One little mistake, one off track, and it's all over. So, yeah, it's definitely challenging. I'm sure all these drivers are kind of glad it's behind them and getting ready to start the round of 8 and head to Vegas. I'm sure they're all looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to roll the dice in Vegas. But, Dave, I don't know. I've had a good time with you here tonight, man, and I can't wait to get back here on I can't wait to be back here on Sunday night for Martinsville in the trucks. That ought to be a lot of fun. And then back in the race car on Tuesday. Then we'll be right back here next Friday night for Vegas. Like you said, be sure and tune in, folks. We appreciate you being here. This is the Sim World Racing Network. I'm Dave.
And I'm Dave.
And we'll catch you guys next time. Keep on racing.